Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. So today we are going to understand how we can get started a Spring Boot service in SSL mode. When we say SSL mode, that is HTTPS. So more common way of the service, like HTTP is the protocol where all the internet communication happens, right? HTTPS is there. So you know what is that S? When we say that S, that is where SSL comes into picture. What is this SSL? SSL stands for Secure Socket Layer. Why it exists? It is a technology that establishes an encrypted link between a web server and a browser. You see, every communication is between client and server. So SSL is the term, SSL is the technology that establishes a secure communication. So assume you have a bank account with some bank and you are on a publicly available Wi-Fi there, right? So let's say that bank server has not implemented SSL in any way. So whatever information I pass from this client information, like let's say I am passing the login information, username and password to the server will validate it and then it will give me further access to access the bank account and transfer the amount to another account and all sort of thing. Whatever information we are passing it here, it is in the air. Like, so what if any bad actor comes here? So it is not a question that how anyone can come here, because the moment you have passed the information to the internet, it is available for everyone. Anyone can intercept your communication and see this one. So whatever username password you're passing it, anyone can see this one and they can use that information to connect to the server, which server will understand actually you are connecting, but actually it will be the bad actor and they can do anything else here. So this is the bad actor here. Okay, because everything is a plain text, right? So this is where this SSL comes into picture, Secure Socket Layer. Okay, so by this mechanism, before transferring any information between client and server, first thing that happens is a handshake. In this process, it establishes identity of the it establishes the secure communication between the client and server. When that is clear, so then they will start transferring the username, password and further other information. So whatever information client will pass, that will be encrypted. So let's say you are passing ABC, that won't be ABC on the internet. That will be encrypted in some garbage text and you have to have some sort of private key to decrypt that and see this. And this bad actor will not have that private key. So they won't be able to see that one. So that is where this SSL comes into picture. And when we start our services, employ this technology in server, so that is what we say. We are starting our service in HTTPS mode. Okay, so this is HTTPS. Okay, so HTTP and HTTPS, this is the difference. HTTP means the plain text. Any information going through is in the plain text. HTTPS, that is, it is secure. Then what is this TLS, transport layer security? So SSL is the early version of this securing the communication over the internet, but due to some issues by the time, there has been some compromises on that one, so TLS has taken over. New security mechanism has come into place. So later versions of SSL are called TLS, but even now they are used interchangeably. TLS, transport layer security, that is also termed as SSL. So both of the term are used interchangeably. Okay, so this video we are going to see how we can start our Spring Boot service in a SSL mode. So when HTTPS mode actually. So you see, as I just told, right, you should have some sort of key, right, so that you can use that key to encrypt the information before sending it, and server will decrypt that information with their own key. Okay, so how to create that key? First of all, what we have to create those keys, like, right? So there are standard terminologies, there are standard ways that we can create it. So there are tool comes when you have installed Java in your system. You can use the key generation utility comes with that one. So I'll go ahead now. I'll go ahead and create that key. I'll go to Spring Boot and start the service and all sort of things. So let's follow along with this. So start.spring.io, I am going to start a Spring Boot service, plain like a single endpoint I am going to have in the web. So let's say Codefarm SSL demo, Codefarm this one and generate this one. So I'll go ahead and open this service in IntelliJ IDE. So I have opened that service in here in SSL in IntelliJ IDE. So in the till the time it downloads all the dependency, what I'll do, I'll create the key for my SSL that we are going to use it, right? So for the secure communication. So you see, go to the terminal from here. So if you type key tool, if you have Java installed, this will be automatically available with you. Okay, so if I entered this command key tool and I can see all these informations coming up here, that means key tool is working properly here, like it is available. So what is the standard command here? So key okay, so this is the command key tool, then gen key alias, this is the name that I have to pass. This is yourself, you have to pass it, alias of the key name. Store type is pkcs12. These are the different types of pkcs. This is the different type of store type actually. So pkcs12 that I'm using it. Key algorithm RSA, I'm going to use it. What is the size? 2048. Key store name, I'm going to give it the Codefarm JKS, and this is the validity that I have given here. Okay, so just hit enter. It will create, it will ask for some information that you have to pass on, like password. Enter the distinguished name. Provide a single dot to leave a subcomponent empty, or press enter to use default values in braces. So you can just keep hitting enter, but you can give your name as well. So I'm going to fill the relevant details that I know. What is the name of your organizational unit? So I'll just give the name. What is the name of your organization? So I'll give the same name. What is the name of your city or locality? Noida. That is spelling mistake, not an issue. It won't create any problem. What is the name of your state or province? UP. What is the 2-letter country code for this unit? IN. So yeah, is CN this? Now it is asking for the verification that this information is correct, not. Yeah, I'll say this. Yeah, it is correct. So now it will create the key for me. So where is that key available? So it is here. So you see codefarm.jks, it has created that key. So now I have that key store available with me that I'll use. Like it is a self-signed certificate, right? That whatever key that I have used, it is signed. You see self-signed certificate that I'm going to use to start my service here. Okay, so let's copy this one here and I'll store it in our class path, that is in the resources location, and I will delete this one from here. Okay, got it. So if the service has downloaded all the dependencies, now I can go ahead and start, like I can have one hello world endpoint for me so that I can hit that. So usually we all know standard steps REST controller plain, because the purpose of this video is to start a service in SSL mode. So for our demo purpose, I'm just going to have one REST endpoint that is going to say just hello world. Okay, now this is going to work for me, REST controller and this one. So let's start this application. It will run on the default port, that is 8080. So I should be able to hit this endpoint. So just for the sake of seeing that it is working fine, let's start the service and see this, it is working. Yeah. So you see, Tomcat initialized with port HTTP, that is port 8080. So coming here, localhost 8080. So that's it, hit this. Okay, not this. This is the endpoint. Hi there. Yeah. That is printing, right? So, and if you see here, so this is the, if I copy this command here and paste it again, so this is the HTTP, right? So if I put HTTPS here, this site can't provide a secure connection because my browser tried to connect with a service that it is trying to say that it is HTTPS, but on the server side it is not implemented. SSL protocol error it is giving me. So now when I'm going to enable SSL in my service, and then the same endpoint is going to work perfectly fine for me. So let's see what are the different steps. So it is pretty straightforward one. So let's stop this service now. This is very straightforward. Okay, so you just have to come to application or properties. So let me rename it to YAML so that it's better when I put it like I put the configuration. So actually server, let's say port, I want server port as 8081, SSL by this configuration when we have enabled. So that is it is asking my service to start the service in SSL mode. Okay, so then there are more configurations around this one, like key store. Okay, so ideally in application.yaml, when I press Ctrl plus space, it should give me the suggestion about all the properties, but somehow it is not giving. So I'll just type those properties. Key store, where is that? What key store it is referring? It is referring to this key store. Give me the location of that one. So this is the syntax that we have to give it. So codefarm.jks. So class path colon, then location of the file wherever you have put it. So I have it here, key store, and then it is going to ask for key store password, because it need to read that key store file from here, right? So it needs for that password. So the password that I have entered, I have to give it here. So Codefarm is the password that I have given it while creating the key. You see on the terminal side you had given a password, correct? At the first step here, enter key store password range. This is the same password you have to give it here. Key store password, then key store type. We had given pkcs12. This is the type, and key alias is the information, last information that I have to give. What was that name? I think it is my SSL key. Yeah. So this is the information. So that's all. To start my service now, this is all the information that I need. So you see, this password, giving this in a plain text, not advised. There are ways that you can encrypt it, and it should not be just plain text here stored. So there are different ways to do that one. So that's part of different video that we'll discuss sometime. We can store it securely in some other service, and then this your service can refer this information from that secure storage. It can pick that one. So but passwords and sensitive information not to give in the configuration files and properties file, which is just plain text. Okay, so now I'm good. It just that all this configuration is needed, and I'm good to start my service in SSL mode. Let's start this one. So now I have given my port, that is 8081. So let's see the console. Okay, no active profiles. Yeah, fine. Tomcat initialized with port HTTPS, right? So this is what I needed. Started SSL demo in this second, this one HTTPS with context path. So only difference is that I have changed the port to 8081. Coming to this one, so what I will do here now, I will change the port to 8081, and this is the HTTPS protocol that I am giving it here, and I should be able to get it. Yeah, so your connection is not private. Attackers might be trying to steal your information from localhost. So now it connected with server which is enabled, HTTPS enabled, but that server is not able to identify this client information. Like from the client, you were trying to send the information to server, but initial handshake had just happened. In that handshake, it has found that the information that you were sending is going to be plain text. It is I'm not able to, server is not able to identify this this browser. That is why it is giving this information, like, right? So I'll go just advanced and proceed to localhost, like proceed to this one, and I'll be able to get this one. Okay, so not secure, it is giving me the clear indication because now server is SSL enabled and it is asking all the clients to do this one. So how to say that like it is not secure, how to enable it in a secure mode? So there is a because you see the right now whatever mode that we have started in SSL mode, that is self-signed certificate. So when you are on the banking site, like if I say open online SBI website here, okay, so if I open this one, you see this this information, right? HTTPS, and if I click this part here, it is connection, it's secure here, and if I open this connection, it's secure, connection is valid, State Bank of India. So if you open this one, you will get more information about the security. So whatever key store that I just have created, it needs to be created by some sort of authority that is able to, that has connection with all the entities out there, and they can establish the secure trust relationship and all sort of thing, but not the self-signed that. So for the secure, for the testing purpose, we have created that one, but when we have deployed this service on server and actual users are coming up, then there is a set of process that you have to follow to get that key store. So the same way that you see this online SBI, so this is the information issued to common name, organization unit, issued by authority, DigiCert certificate. It is the validity period till when it is available, till when it is valid actually, and this is the fingerprint, like certificate and public key information. So now let's go to this one and see this. It is not secure at all. Connection is not valid. So open this one. Certificate viewer, you see common name, organization unit, organization name, issued by, this is the person of the issuer, issued on January 3, and this is the expiry on. So expiry on information we had given there, right? And this is the certificate information that it has given. So this is the same information that you are seeing here on this online SBI, but the difference is that it has been issued by a authority that is agreed by different organizations out there, and this one is self-signed for the testing purpose. And if you start service, you have to get this one. Maybe I'll tell the steps in some other video, but for now I wanted to explain you how easy it is to start a service in a SSL mode, and just the configuration, just get the JKS part here and it will start working. So now try to hit, what happens, like let's try one more way here, one experiment actually. So it is running on the HTTPS, right? So if I try to hit on HTTP, what will happen? It will redirect it to the HTTPS. It won't open on the HTTP at all, right? It will redirect that to the HTTPS. So let's see what happens here. So if I remove the HTTP here, yeah, now it is giving me that bad request. The combination of host and port requires TLS. Okay, so now that with online SBI, it has configured to redirect the request to HTTPS whenever request is made to the HTTP. But in our case, it is not configured to redirect that request to HTTPS. That is why it is behaving this way, and it is not giving any response from the server at all. How to do that? So I'll start the service in HTTP mode on a different port, and we'll see that I'll be able to access our service in HTTP as well as HTTPS mode. So let's see how to do that. So I have to create a connector. New connector, and under this I have to pass the web server factory dot default protocol, and default protocol, that is this will be HTTP. So if you see the what information is here, so default protocol is this HTTP NIO protocol. Okay, so what next? Connector dot set port. So what port I want to see this on the 8080? I want to see this 8080. Connector dot set property set secure false scheme HTTP and return connector. And this connector information is to be used in another like bean, you can say. So add additional Tomcat connectors, and we have this connector here. So this is the same connector, and return this factory. Okay, so what it is, so I have to annotate it with bean. So you see one way I already have configured in the application.yaml where it needs to start the server one. This is one more way that I'm giving it, like add additional Tomcat connector. So I can say set port 8080 false HTTP and factory this one. Okay, so now this way it will make sure that on port 8080 it is running on the HTTP. Okay, so start this. Now our service will be using both the port 8080 and 8081. You see, Tomcat initialized with ports 8081 HTTPS 8080 HTTP. Okay, so this is started. You see port 8080. It is running high there, right? So, and this is just to show you, this is on HTTP. Okay, if I hit it HTTPS, this won't return because on HTTPS it is running on with the combination of scheme and port is 8081. So now this is running fine here, right? So this is not secure. Another thing, I explained you why it is saying that not secure, but now our service is running on the port HTTP and HTTPS as well. Okay, so that's all about this video that I wanted to explain. There is more to it. So let's say I have another microservice that is trying to connect. So it had this SSL demo application that I have. It had some endpoints that will be called by some other service. So now because it is running on the SSL mode, so that service won't be able to call it as it is. It has to pass some secure information. That is where trust store comes into picture. We have seen the key store. That another term is the trust store. Trust store configuration, I have to keep this in service, and that trust store will have information about all the services that can connect with this service. So this way our service will be more secured. Any other service, even if they have all the information like where it is running, which port it is running, unless they have that particular key that is configured with this server, they won't be able to connect this one. So that is going to be the super interesting. So you should explore about that trust store, or sometime I'll create that video about the trust store and try to connect with this one in some other and next video, possibly sometime. Okay, so that's all about this video I wanted to explain. I hope you found this useful. If this is the case, please do like, subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.